Oops, wrong channel. Good evening, everybody. It is time for the Tier 2 Austrian Grand Prix for ARC. I'm Righteous Fire, joined by Van,
Hello.
and we are here waiting for the first drivers to come out. Last night's Tier 1 race was quite interesting. We had 4 DNFs, a safety car for the last 6 laps, and a big accident from a couple of the lead drivers at the start of the final lap coming into turn 1. So was a wet qualifying and a dry race then. We will see what happens today if we can get anyone to comment if they know what the weather will be like.
Well, it's looking overcast right now, but looks like dry session for quali, unless it rains towards then. But yeah, no one's gone out yet. I'm surprised. Already been 1 minute in.
Well, you have to remember, we get the
Oh yeah,
we get the bug.
like first.
So I'm hearing a car, looks like a
Chewy.
Williams, starting to come out. One of the Ferraris is out too. Let me get this.
Speaking of Ferrari, looks like the leader of Tier 2 is not here tonight, and that will shake up what am I trying to say? The standings quite a bit with his absence. More points available for everyone else, and the gap between him and UA will definitely shorten. And let's see, that's Astro in the Ferrari, hoping his teammate will join during quali.
Well, we are going to stay following the second place in the championship here, OOA. He is 97 points to Alex's 125. So with Alex not showing up today, if OOA can pull out a win, he will shrink that lead to 2 or 3 points, depending on if he gets the fastest lap or not. But he's got a good number of contenders out there on the grid. Try and take that away from them. And Austria is a difficult track for some people. There will be probably a decent number of track extensions and penalties. We had a good number last night, so expect to see all that again.
Sure. This year's track limit handling, it looks like it's going to be a lot more common. And this track, a lot of people are going to be pushing themselves to the limit. It's a fast track. Anything can happen here in Austria, and we're going to see how UA does on his hot lap, if he can pick up pole position.
We should be looking for top 5 times in the 103s to low 104s. I have no doubt that a few of these drivers can get into the 103s. But yeah, we're on board with UA.
Oh, I'm seeing rain. Yeah.
Already a little bit falling here.
It looks like whoever came out of the pit right now is very lucky.
Yeah, this could be a big deal. If the rain picks up, then anyone getting their laps in now is going to set their times for the rest of the session. If it stays extremely light, then it shouldn't have too much of an effect on the race times. But if it does pick up, then anyone's setting a time. Astro there with a 104 flat, respectable time per minute as UA comes through the final corner, not cutting it quite enough, but still holding on and setting a 103.9 to take provisional pole for the time being.
That's excellent by him. You can see the overtime's coming in as the rain is dropping hard. No one able to beat UA's time at the moment.
Getting lots of drivers coming across the line. They probably all went out real fast due to knowing that the rain could be coming at any moment. A lot of 105s. Those guys will want to try and get some better times out there, but we are here with Eric.
Looks like it's still good for the dry compound at the moment. They can probably push in another lap or 2 at most before it starts raining much harder. So let's see what Eric 1450 can do here as he crosses the line. Oh, just a thousandth off for Katsushi. I'm surprised some people actually decided to go out on the mediums, like D's over here. with the rain, I think it's unlikely that he can hit the top 10. But I think maybe the medium showing on some of these drivers means we are going to have a dry race, because I don't see why else they would go out on the mediums.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there. We are here on board with Vicor, who has had a decent time, or not a decent time. He's been setting some fast laps here or there, so we could expect to see a decent lap from him as he comes through here. Should be taking turn 1 here in 4th gear, but he does drop it down to 3rd, so going to lose a little bit of time. You want to ride the curb coming into turn 1 here to open up that corner as much as possible to get as much speed coming down this straight into here. See how he handles the hairpin here. Down this OE, overshoots it. And that is not going to be a good lap from him. So we will wait to see who else comes out.
JD over here about to finish a lap in the Merc on the mediums as well. He picked up a podium last week on his ARC debut.
He does cut the final corner quite a bit to maximize his time, but only good for 15th out of 107.
Yeah, none of the medium drivers really getting much out of the tire with the rain.
Well, the mediums should be good for mid 104s around here. So I don't know if maybe some of these guys didn't get a lot of practice in, or if the track's a lot slicker than what we're seeing. I mean, it seems pretty dry. I'm only seeing a few drops.
Someone, never mind. Oh, Drakenwolf spinning into the grass will save his wing, but that's going to be his lap over with. Cork already gets a corner cut onto his hot lap. But yeah, no one's really swapped tires, so.
Some of these guys still out on very old tires, so I'm not really sure what's going on here.
Yeah, Evie on 3 laps. He's coming into the pits right now. Evie actually in third. It's pretty cool to see. He's the upper commentator over in Tier 1.
Juan looks like he validated turn 1, so he will be taking it quite easy for the rest of this lap, probably, if he has enough fuel to come around for another one. Chewy out on a hot lap, also coming through the hairpin. Kind of slow through there, but getting the traction down well. A little late on his DRS activation. It's going to lose him a 10th or so. Should come down here, drop it into 3rd through the corner. No, a lot of these, what I've noticed, some of the pace difference between Tier 2 and Tier 1 drivers here is gear selection through certain corners. I've noticed a lot of the Tier 2 drivers select one gear lower than some of us do in Tier 1. And what that can do is really slow them down through the corner. As Chewy comes into the pits here. Not happy with that at all. We're not going to ride on board with SoCal. He's got the RPM bug. We'll hang out with Meat Shield for a little bit. Actually, we'll hang out with Sadist for the end of his lap. He's also, everybody abandoning laps, so the track must be getting pretty slick. I don't know. Anyway, as I was saying, dropping into a lower gear than you need through a corner can slow the car down quite a bit. It will engine brake down real slow, and also give you worse traction out of it. So if they're going to drop down to the lower gear, they really want to bump it back up at the apex to get better traction coming out of the corner, because this isn't a real car. This is a video game, not a true simulator. So you kind of want to play it that way. And so you really want to bump up that gear selection. Yeah, a lot of these guys getting very slick.
I think it's starting to really show the rain atmosphere. Bend it into the wall. Looks like turn 4-ish. And who's that going? So that's a Haas.
Astro passing atmosphere on another hot lap.
And atmosphere is done with quali. And it looks like Sadis is swapping over into the intermediate, so it looks like the dry compound may not be suitable anymore. And we're seeing a lot of yellow flags all over the track. But only Sadis so far with the enters. Evie actually coming out of the pits with Sauce, so he still thinks it's possible to keep going on the dry compound. Should we retire as it's in the pits? A lot of people actually retiring. We've had
Well, the intermediates aren't going to give you good pace. Even if the track demands it, you're still going to be slower. So there's no point. Unless they just want more lapping and more practice, that's fine. Take about 8 or 9 minutes, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely very slick out there. We do have a few drivers that haven't set any laps yet. Dragon Wolf is already retired. I don't know if he crashed or not. We were not around for that. But MLG and Quirk still out to try and get some time on the board, even during these changeover conditions. Quirk almost getting a little loose towards the start of Sector 3. But he has slowed down because he has invalidated his lap. MLG on an out lap right now. Uwe has left the session. I hope he comes back before the start of the race. Dan, could you check in with anyone and see if the weather is definitely dry for the race?
Yep, I'll be right back.
MLG trying to get a lap in before qualifying is over, trying to get something on the board, even though these conditions are not the best for these tires and they're also not the best for the intermediates. He's just trying to get something out there, it looks like, and he is not going to as he spins coming out of the hairpin. Again, that's that wanting to pop it up into the next gear coming out of the corner to get better traction, because you get on the throttle a bit too much in lower gears, you're going to have a bad time.
Just got disabled, and I just got news from the Mercedes pit box crew that it's going to be a dry race but overcast, so we'll see some cold temperatures probably.
Well, I guess
everyone is agreeing to stop their laps. I don't know why Sadis is stopping randomly on the road here. I don't know if you see this.
Yeah, he's just kind of cruising. Oh, he's just letting MLG by.
They had such a good gap, though. That's weird. Okay, he wanted to retire. That's cool. I've never seen a whole lobby agree to retire like that.
Well, if the rain's coming and no one can set a better lap, then there's really no point in continuing. So Sadis AI is going to pull off to the side and retire. We do have D's still on an L lap.
So no DRS, so those softs are not going to help at all. I don't think he can really improve unless he gets an insane lap in without DRS in the wets.
It would be crazy.
Quirk, though, wants to also set a lap on the intermediates. We'll see what he does.
Yeah, he's trying to get something.
Oh, and he's almost struggling out of that first turn.
He keeps it together pretty well.
Oh, the big lockup.
Into first. You don't need lower gears to make the car turn all the time, especially if you're going slow. You just need mechanical grip. But he does keep it together. He is coming through here to the end of Sector 2. A very high traction area. That's what he does. He really needs a short shift up those gears.
I feel like he abandoned his lap.
Well, if he hasn't, he should have. But we'll see what his we'll see what the time is here crossing the line. He is 8.9 seconds off the pace.
Quirk is coming up to him, and so is Meat Shield, both on the intermediates. Or no, who is that? Yeah, that's Meat Shield. Yep, just 4 drivers left on the grid with what seems to be 4 minutes in their time, I think, left in quali.
Well, Quark doesn't have any time on the board, but he's definitely not going to be fast enough to warrant a higher position than about where he's at right now anyways. The time
I mean, he can pick up 17th. That's 1 extra.
True, he will, by setting a valid time. There we go, 114.7. Guess we'll hang out with Eric for a little bit while I step away from the microphone for just a minute.
We'll be counted. So yeah, if you guys don't know, in the comment section here, it's going to be a dry race, so don't expect much from this quali. I don't think this is everyone's true pace because they really only had 1 lap to set. So we'll see what happens. I mean, Alex is not here, so UA looking at a good chance to win the race, but he also has Astro to worry about, who wasn't that far behind. And then Evie and Bird, he'll be happy about that starting position if he can keep it clean in that first lap, avoid trouble. He will be good. Quirk's actually been disqualified. I don't know how. I wasn't looking at him, and we weren't looking at him either, so he will actually be starting from the back. I don't know what disqualified him. This is going to be very interesting. Shield and Eric making sure that we get all the time worth here. Just watching them drive. Uwe is joined back, and Eric is heading into the pits. We still have Meat Shield, who is entering sector 3. What can you expect today compared to yesterday? I mean, I think we'll just see the same amount of action. Austria, it's a short track, so I think a lot of people are going to be fighting a little bit harder. It's an easier track as well. It's going to be 35 laps. It should be a one-stopper for most people, softs to medium, especially for those top 10s.
I've returned.
You have returned, so Quirk got disqualified. I don't know from what, but he did.
Oh, that's fun. Guess that lap he put in wasn't worth it.
I'm gonna check the incident tab and see. So he parked in a dangerous location, so he must have like crashed or something.
Well, I guess we'll wait for time to run out here while we answer some questions from the chat. No wets for the race. It will be dry. It will probably still be interesting. Austria is one of those tracks. Very fast, very close racing a lot. Lots of track extensions. Expect to see some kind of safety car, most likely. Compared to yesterday, well, we had 4 DNFs yesterday. Safety car 6 laps from the end. And then we had a big crash before turn 1 on the very last lap that changed the top 5 positions quite a lot. So it's going... There's a possibility for a lot of interesting things to happen, especially with Alex not in the race. He's 125 points right now. That is a number... Sorry, doing math. 28 points ahead of Uwe. So Uwe can gap him, can reduce that gap quite a bit with a win here, which will make it interesting. But Sadist and SoCal, also very close together in points. Trash Panda, Pizza Parker, Bicor, Juan, and Cricket still in the running for overall 5th place. That could change up quite a bit. So lots of different things here. Yeah, last night was a very interesting race, especially to be in it. I had one VSC and a full safety car. Lots of people going off, losing wings, but didn't trigger a VSC, unlike with Baku, where we had a VSC, it seemed like every other lap for a while.
And here we go. 30 seconds till we begin.
Oh, we should do. We should make some commercials that we can play between sessions. I mean, think about it. We just play a little ARC commercial. Little 15-second ad, you know?
Shout out our sponsor, SimGrid. Or Grid Finder.
Grid Finder, wow. Alright, well, formation lap underway. Looks still pretty overcast, but should be good for tire temperatures, but shouldn't have too much an effect on overall pace. We already got a sort of a holdup.
We have
turn 1.
Oh, wow, and we have 2 people on the mediums, MLG and Quirk. Do you agree with that decision to go on the mediums?
Yes, I do. And here's why. As I turn everything back on. The mediums can go quite a while. They can go 22 laps easily. You will be well over 50%, but they don't feel like it, and the pace is still there. Because a lot of this track is... I mean, you essentially have 4 long straights, right? And there's only 10 turns in the track, so there's a good opportunity for someone to start on the mediums and have very good pace and get to decide, all right, is there a safety car coming? Is there... can I stretch these out a little bit longer? Because the softs at the end are going to last longer than they will if you start on them. Both are a good option, but you can definitely reel someone in, pitting around lap 20 to 22. Towards the end, anyone that you have to give up time to as the field kind of stretches out there, you can really reel them in on the softs at the end. And if you get a safety car, just go on to another set of softs. Grid now starting to form up.
Just waiting for those backrunners. Apparently the stream is lagging because of the telemetry thing. I don't know.
No, the stream is not lagging at all.
But here we go. It's about to be 5 lights here in Austria.
As
and
we
wait.
get
Oh,
Williams.
That's Chewy's ghost.
Williams has already taken off, but Uwe getting quite a good start. Astro right behind him. Ooh, there's a little bit of contact coming into turn 1, and Uwe gets sideways. That is not good as he falls down the grid. Everyone else seems to be maintaining it, coming down the straight into turn 2. Chewy's ghost has well and taken off.
Overtake, but he only gets 2. Wow, that would have been an excellent move there. And we already have a yellow. Who's that?
There was a few collisions coming into the hairpin, them going 3 or 4 wide, and we are already under a VSC.
Yes, and I want to say something to Chewy. That's not actually him. That's a AI. Like, he disconnected their information lab.
Yeah, so
I don't know if we restart that or something, but probably not. But Evie already picking up a penalty that's going to hurt him a lot. He had a severe collision with Sushi.
If you can track down Chewy for me.
I'll go see if he wrote anything.
We may have to restart.
Apparently Meat Shield also crashed, and he said be after formation lap. Will Auto join us? Is he actually in? Because Chewy's not in. I can still see him ghost JD spun around. Yeah, meat shield's in, except something must have been wrong with Chewy.
Chewy is still a ghost right now. So if his ghost does any more laps for quite a while, we are going to consider that a disqualification, unfortunately. If he can get back in, give the positions back. Uwe almost getting into the back of Astra there. The setups around here are quite interesting because some people are going to have high-speed setups, some people are going to have better cornering setups, and you find a lot of times some of these guys come into these corners with such speed and almost rear-end somebody because they have so much more downforce.
Definitely. A lot of fastest laps coming out here. Oh my god, it keeps switching as people get across the line. I think these grills will hold it for the time being at 8.2. That was crazy to see. But the gaps are starting to build up just a tad. But no major incidents so far. It's been pretty clean.
Chewy, if you're out there, I would say you give up 5 positions and you should be safe because you started in P6. Your ghost is starting to get past though, so you may not have to worry about it if you do get back in on time. Trash man is up with a 3-second penalty as well.
And that's for multiple warnings. It's already 3 laps in.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks. People extend them. Let's see, turn 1 is a big one because you want to cut it to get as much speed through there, but if you kind of straddle the yellow hump, that's one of the Alfa Romeo's going kind of slow there at the beginning of sector 3.
He had crashed into the wall, but luckily ghosting was on.
So yeah, now that Chewy's car has been hit with the 70 AI level, it is starting to get past quite easily. So it's not too much of a worry now. I don't think the rest of the drivers are really worried about it at all. As we're on board with Cricket Sushi, we'll kind of walk through a lap here and track extensions. Here, not really a big place for track extensions, but it is a high traction zone. You will see a lot of people spin out here and slam into the wall on the right.
Oh, and Juan gets spun around by, I believe, Trash Panda. Sorry to interrupt, but looks like there will be no issue with that.
But you can see there the intervals, the top 4, pretty close to each other. Astro is starting to pull away, setting a fast lap here as he pulls away from Uwe, but Cricket Sushi and SoCal Blazer both pulling up behind him in a DRS train. You want to be very patient here. There are only a few good passing opportunities. You don't want to start putting your nose where it doesn't belong and potentially wreck out both you and the other driver. You just have to be very patient. It's 36 laps for 50% race around here. As Chewy is falling down the order.
He's having a horrible exit.
He has now regained control of his car and he is into race.
He's looking for the move on Trash Panda. Oh, hits the rear Trash Panda there and will lose a position to Bicorps. He is now under threat of Chewy and Sadis. Chewy still not taking control of the car as he just joined back. So we're waiting for that. As Sadis gets past Chewy now as well. What's going on up there? It's going to be Trash Panda going on the inside of turn 1, but Atmosphere says no and keeps it for now, but there's still another DRS zone, and you should get the move done here. And now Bicorp's also taking advantage of that, getting past Atmosphere, won't go on the inside. And now D's also trying to take advantage of that there, but has another terrible exit out of that turn. Like last lap, he will lose a little bit of time, but has DRS. Oh, and now it's Sadis actually going on the inside of D's, and also the McLaren. Oh, and they tap, and that's a big mistake by Sadis there. He's going to lose out on a position. Oh, and he can't keep control of the car. He hits the wall. I don't know how much damage that is. Oh, and he spins again. He just can't keep control. The tires are hot as the sun is coming out. And my intervals are all gone. But it looks like D's and Atmosphere still fighting this whole entire lap. It's just nonstop for these two drivers here. Cricket picking up a penalty.
Atmosphere probably going to be looking for a move on D's here, as D's is getting quite loose to these tractor zones. Atmosphere opening up his DRS and using his overtake. Doesn't have very much left, but he will probably handily get this move done coming into the hairpin here.
Oh, D's goes into neutral.
That is not going to help him out, but he will get DRS on Atmosphere coming back down the next straight and looking to return the favor down the inside. So these guys are just exchanging blows back and forth, using a lot of energy on Atmosphere's part, but D's not quite so much. So it's going to be quite interesting. Vicor all over the back of Trash Panda. Eevee still within DRS range of Cricket Sushi, who has fallen off of SoCal, who has in turn fallen off of UA, who has gained a little bit of time on Astro here since we last checked in, about 0.4 seconds, but that can change very easily around here. Vicor opening up DRS and using a lot of overtake.
No, and there's that sun glare in turn one. That's going to definitely mess with some people's lines.
Definitely, for sure. Atmosphere picking up a 3-second time penalty for multiple track extension warnings. As I punch my microphone. Vicor trying to get a move on Trash Panda, but both of them can't put the traction down, so no dice there. With Atmosphere and D's right behind them as well. Back down in 15th, we have Jay on the back of Quirk, on the back of Draken, on the back of Chewy. All of them trying to gain some positions up here. Chewy down 6 positions since the start of his AI took off quite early.
Hello from Portugal. Alex, is that you? It's supposed to be racing. Oh, and Kirkatushi again with another time penalty.
Maybe he's vacationing in Portugal.
Maybe.
Or sorry, it's Europe, so he's on holiday. Vicor.
Said no.
No.
That Vicor still looking for that move. Still has the DRS, but he's slowly losing time that lap.
He's trying to push really hard to gain that time on Trash Panda. What he wants to do is drive very smooth, stay in the DRS, and let his DRS keep him within range of Trash Panda. You want to use that straight before turn 1 to set yourself up as best as possible for the long zone ahead. Use the DRS to gain up some time, then blast that overtake to get right by them coming into the hairpin. But all these guys are constantly trying to overtake each other at all points on the track, and that's not what you want to do. You just want to stay close, save your energy, save your fuel, and use it for the best opportunity. With D's picking up a 3-second now, we'll go do a little penalty check here. 6 seconds for Cricket Sushi, 5 for Eevee, which I don't know what happened there.
He got it with the virtual safety car. He had a collision with Sushi.
Got it. Astro picking up a 3-second now, so that's really going to hurt him to try and keep those points away from UA. Trash Panda, D's, Atmosphere, Captain, Chewy, and MLG all with 3 seconds as well. And we are 10 laps in, so look for those to increase as time goes on. Checking in with the tires, MLG and Sadist have already pit onto hard tires. Eric has also pit early. He is on 6-lap old mediums. The rest of these guys, your soft tires, you should be looking for a lap 16 to 18 pit stop, and your mediums somewhere between 20 and 22. possibly early if they want an undercut. The mediums can last quite a bit around here, even when they are worn.
Some action between Juan and Captain. Juan will get ahead of Captain for now. Captain, haven't seen him in a bit, so glad to see him back on track. And is that someone off? That's a Renault. Must be a back marker laying someone off. Yep, say this. And Bicorp's finally getting that move. He'll be happy about that. And that's a Williams off again.
Trash Panda is not going to let him keep those. He gets DRS. See, Bicor used it too early. He overtook him before turn 1, which gave Trash Panda the DRS coming down here, and that move was all for nothing. As my rear view button is not working. Weird. There we go. Yeah, you want to save that overtake for the long straight so you can pull out that extra time on the straight, get a good run out of the hairpin, and pull out a DRS range. DRS is very, very strong around here, as Bicor is now still all over the back of Trash Panda, looking for a move. Guys, not the best time, because Trash Panda is going to pick up DRS coming down the front straight.
Oh, and he goes wide anyway, but Trash Panda might get the move done.
The Trash Panda is going to get DRS here, which is going to give Bicor DRS on the next straight.
And now so D's slowly creeping up too.
Unless these guys are unintentionally using each other to try and catch up to the pack, they are just going to be fighting each other constantly. And yeah, D's is now caught up as well, as they've been fighting through other corners. Meanwhile, Uwe, within DRS range now of Astro. Astro with not a lot of energy, and Uwe with at least 2 or 3 times as much. So Uwe looking for that win to close the points gap to the Tier 2 leader of Alex. Well, thank you, King Alex, for hanging out with us for a little bit. Appreciate the highlighted message. Apparently we are on the recommended list on Twitch.
Just so. So Bicorp's again all the way on the back, goes wide again. I think he has Trash Panda going into pits now. He'll be pitting alongside Eevee. Swapping into the medium tire.
Uwe overtaking Astro coming into the turn 2 here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if he can pull away and keep Astro out of his DRS range for the rest of the lap. Both of these gentlemen on soft tires, but Astro is keeping up with him. Both of them are quick and smart drivers, so we should see quite a good battle from them for the rest of the lap. But
a couple of pit stops into the hards by a few people. We'll have to see what happens. Hopefully and Astro who will pit first.
Well, I think no matter what happens, well, I don't think either of them are going to go onto hard tires. As the pit window is open, these soft tires can last quite a bit. Both of these drivers with quite a bit of wear on the soft tires. As I try and get a better view here of the stream. Apologies. Yeah, 61% wear for Uwe and a lot of rear wear for Astro. So both of them could be pitting a little bit early, but I think no matter who you are, if Uwe pits, Astro should pit right behind him. And if Uwe doesn't pit, I think Astro might be set to go onto those mediums and try and get an undercut. One of the Alfa Romeos.
He was backwards on track, but luckily he did not get blocking the track penalty. And let's see, Uwe stays out, and Astro's actually going in.
Yeah, those rear tires are at 70% wear, so he's that's what, again, I think a better move to start on the mediums, because they can resist that heat a lot better at the beginning with the car loaded up with fuel. So we will see how this works out for him. They were about a second away from each other coming into the second to last corner. So we will see how this plays out for him at the end of this lap.
Astro coming out of the pits in 7th, or just in front of Captain, I mean.
He's coming out, yep, coming out in 5th position. He does have DRS due to Juan coming by at just the right time. And so he will hopefully get a very good outlap to get a decent undercut on Uwe. We do have a yellow flag happening up here in sector 2. I'm not sure what's going on because other cars are moving.
Yeah, that's weird. Let's see, does Uwe pit? He will pit, so we're gonna see if the what's it called, undertake worked for Astro.
Yeah, he's gonna have much better traction on these medium tires, so the undercut is a very strong possibility, especially since he had DRS and he is in the slipstream of Juan here, and he will get DRS coming down the front straight as well. So Astro is in a very good position right now to overtake as
get in front of him.
Uwe starts coming out of the pits.
He won't get in front of him.
He won't, but he will get DRS coming down this long straight as Uwe is already out of the pits. And he has lost a bit of time to him. So Uwe either had a very, very good in-lap, or Astro is just getting held up somehow as Astro makes a move past Juan, and he is now going deep into the hairpin. 2.5 seconds. He lost 1 second on his pit stop, and he has that 3-second penalty.
Yeah.
So he needs to gain that and some.
It's going to be tough for Astro. I think it's really looking likely for an Uwe win at the moment, as long as he keeps it clean. SoCal potentially picking up that 2nd place, maybe.
Well, yep, Juan is still on his soft tires as Astro gets past the ghosting car of Meat Shield. So most of our drivers have made their first pit stop except for Juan, so we'll be on the lookout for that.
As he comes into the pits.
There it is. So Astro has a lot of time to make up, and he is losing it right now. It looks like to Uwe, who is doing very well on those fresh tires. Atmosphere now on the back of Quirk, looking to get one more point in the books for that McLaren team, with his teammate up in 4th position doing very well. So right here, Atmosphere wants to back off, stay in DRS, throw it into lean, throw it into Rich for here, get good traction, come out of this and blow by Quirk, but he lost a little bit of traction on the exit of that turn.
Juan will be joining that fight as well, and that's an Williams in sector 2. It might be Chewy. He is going slow, but
Atmosphere almost bumping Quirk quite a bit in that hairpin. But still all over the back of him as Dees gets an overtake on Juan here. And we are back for a 4-way battle for 8th place.
lock up. Pinko's Atmo, and let's see what they can do. Are they going to go too wide into this couple of turns here? Atmosphere lights off.
Atmosphere lights up. Yep. Sorry. He's got a little lockup coming into that turn, but he made it stick, and he's now moved up into P9, looking to get an overtake on a Quirk. Ooh, D's with another late break. Lost a little bit of time on Quirk. Atmosphere is caught right back up to the back of him. All of these guys are going to gain up on Quirk.
Astro is spun. He has completely spun. That's pretty much game over for him. Quick update on that. As we're still watching this D's and Quirk. D's going down the inside here. He will keep the position. He will. And then Juan overtakes Atmosphere. A lot of action going on right now. Mid-race. As we're coming near the halfway point.
Well, it doesn't look like Astro has any damage, so that's good for him. He does have the pace to make up some of this time, but unless Uwe makes a mistake, he has given up that potential for saving
I can't really see that with a 10-second gap. Astro could pick up the podium, but I can't really see anything else unless there's a safety car.
We got 17 laps to go. Anything can happen.
Oh, and look at the fight over here. Astro gets hit by Cricket. as he makes a mistake into turn 1, trying to overtake Bicorpse there. I don't know if he has damage. It doesn't look like he does, so he came out of it unscathed.
Cricket has no damage, but Astro has 40-something% damage on his front
Oh,
left
that's
wing.
gonna suck. And
Bicorp,
that's
it's
Bicorpse.
sideways.
Oh, this is intense right now. That turn is eating tier 2 alive. A lot of people have spun there tonight. And now Astro.
Astro's
He's back
missing
in
his end plate on his left wing. He's going to have quite a difficult time with some of these turns coming up. Don't know if he's going to pit. I wouldn't. I might. But I don't think he's going to. Could surprise us.
I don't know. It's a tough call because you know he can definitely make up the positions. So he just has to accept the fact that he won't win the race, but he could probably come back to a podium spot if he was to pit. Oh, and he picks up another time penalty. That's 6 seconds now added on to his time. A lot of penalties across the entire grid. We only have, what is that, 6 people about him?
I told you this is a high penalty track. And you can gain a decent finishing position simply by not getting penalties.
So it looks like things are... Go on.
Sorry, just looking at the chat. Yeah, you definitely have to be more patient. Some of these guys, they see an opportunity and they take it immediately. And they say, I gotta be in front, but it's not always the best opportunity to do so. Sometimes you gotta just hang out behind another car for 4 or 5 laps before it's time. Conserve that energy and then use all of it. Astro going to the pits. I think he's tired of having that wing damage.
I think it's a smart decision. He can definitely reclaim all those positions back. Still a long way to go here.
Crash Panda getting real close to Cricket Sushi. Looking to get a move here as he gets better traction coming out of turn 1. Using overtake in the DRS, he's going to get by Cricket Sushi handily into turn 2. Yeah, you want to, if you're staying in DRS range without using a lot of overtake, conserve your energy, wait for it, and then use pretty much all of it to get by that driver and clear that DRS zone. Because you have the DRS range. You have 3 DRS zones back to back to back. In turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3. So you have plenty of opportunity to get real close to a driver and conserve a lot of that energy. Team Red Bull doing quite well in this race with a 1 and 3 currently. Yellow flag on one of the Williams. Don't know if he's just letting drivers by or not. That is not him. That is Bicor. Looks like he went off probably. Well, at this rate, if everybody picks up penalties, the positions won't change.
You're right. And Quirk going into the pits finally on 20 lap old mediums.
Vaughn and Evie looking to stand the best come up from the penalties of the drivers around them, as well as Eric potentially getting into the points if they were to finish right now.
Surprisingly, no safety car yet. We only had one virtual. That was early on into the race.
Same thing with us. Virtual safety car came about midway through the race and then right at the end.
Look at D's attacking Evie. Let's see what happens here. I think D's will have it soon, especially since Evie's on the hard tire. But D's does have that penalty.
D's slide through some of these corners, been real strong with the steering input.
D's has 9 seconds, so even Evie would not be worried at all if he gets past. Oh, no. But he picks up his own penalty as well.
Yeah.
So we're now down to 4.
D's at this point is just trying to keep as many people behind him from gaining positions. And Draken will pick it up a 3-second as well. Oh, Evie gets getting sideways into the wall a little bit.
Yeah, that turn is very tough. Does not surprise me to see a lot of people struggling.
He doesn't seem to have picked up any damage. He's going to fall off a little bit there. Cricket Sushi still within DRS for Trash Panda, just kind of biding his time. Checking in with the penalties for these drivers. They both have the same penalties, so they are fighting for position on the track. Ooh, I am getting frame drops. In the stream, that was strange.
Track limits do seem kind of broken on this track. I don't remember it last year being this much of an issue. But good fair play to Ue and SoCal right now. Only ones to really not pick up penalties, and Juan as well. And Eric. Keeping it within the white lines as Astro picks up fastest lap on the medium, 6.588.
Yeah, I am not sure what's going on with my stream stuff lately. I mean, I've been using the NVENC encoder for quite a while without any issues, so I don't know if any recent driver changes have made kind of a difference, but I'll take a look at some of that later on.
Oh, and we're having a little fight between Quirk and JD. Quirk on that fresh, soft tire. He will get the move done and dusted.
Cricket Sushi getting by Trash Panda here, but Trash Panda will have DRS coming in the next zone and probably return the favor, no problem. Atmosphere looking for an extra position on Bicor. Turning in a little bit too early, but Bicor gets a 3-second penalty and almost loses it.
Wow.
And Atmosphere will get that overtake and then some. As Captain is going to come right up on the back of Bicor now. You got to watch that exit on turn 1. That curb on the outside is not very friendly to traction. Really want to be in 5th gear coming out of there. Captain's going to bide his time here. Ooh, and he's going to bump Bicor a little bit off the track, but he will let him keep the position. Trash Panda now on the back of Cricket Sushi again. Both of these drivers fighting for podium position.
Oh, that's Atmosphere off. Is that going to be a safety car? Nope, it looks like he's all good. Saw that in the back of my eye there.
Yep. Ooh, Trash Panda picking up another 3 seconds on the exit of turn 1. He now has to get by Cricket Sushi and hopefully clear an extra 3 seconds. At this rate, if they keep this up towards the end of the race, Cricket Sushi will inherit P3 from Trash Panda if he does not make any more mistakes, simply by staying close to him. As Ue now almost 15 seconds clear of SoCal. And Astro only up into P10 after his snafu earlier in the race. Captain still in the back of Bicor, biding his time, being patient. Work within DRS is Draken. Atmosphere going into the pits now after his incident. Chewie picking up a 3-second time penalty. I believe incorrect heuristic is Rosefest, correct?
I have no idea.
I think it is. He'll let me know if it's not. But track limits aren't necessarily broken on this track. They're just tight. Track limits are broken all over F1 2020 in general. You get severely punished for the slight extension of a corner when in real life that would be a completely illegal move. Captain getting a better exit out of the hairpin than Bicor. Going to get by him. We're going to ride back and forth with Cricket Sushi for a while as he stays behind Trash Panda. And Atmosphere is actually right behind his teammate as well, although he is a lap down. So yeah, track limits aren't necessarily broken so much as they are wrong on every track. They're too strict. I don't know what is happening with my OBS. I apologize for the frame rate issue. I'm not dropping any frames, it's just having issues converting it for some reason.
Definitely feel that.
And my GPU isn't even. I'm gonna attempt to turn off. I'm gonna make some setting adjustments here and see if that frees up some resources. MLG picking up a 3-second time penalty.
Oh, there's a big crash into turn 7. It's going to be Chewy retiring from the race. He does not terminal damage, so he just quit there, I think. And Sadis losing an end plate on his wing, and that's still not enough for a safety car, surprisingly. But
Well,
Chewy is out.
since we have no idea how the game determines what constitutes a safety car or not, let's see if we can ride on board with Astro. I know Chewy's car just disappeared off the track.
Yeah, he had a collision with Sadis. So 7 laps remain. Will we see a safety car where there's only 4 laps left for that to come out? If it will. But it looks like it's going to be an UUA victory with SoCal on the podium. And then who will take that final spot? Who knows with all these penalties. Bicorp's catching up to Captain. Yes, Captain is back. So that's good to see him again. Astro picks up a penalty as well. That's going to affect his time into the point series, I think. Yeah, it's 9 seconds there. He is now.
We're coming up to the last 7 laps of this race. Now Captain picking up another 3 seconds for 15 total seconds of penalties. Cricket Sushi within that 3-second gap to Trash Panda. At this rate, if he stays within those 3 seconds, he will take podium position. All he has to do is not make any more track extensions, but he has fallen out of DRS range with that little Chewy incident. I think it kind of slowed him down a little bit, and Trash Panda got the better end of that deal, but he is maintaining around 2.5 seconds off of Trash Panda right now. Juan looking up to gain as many positions as possible. He does have 4 drivers in front of him with quite a lot of penalties. We will check the gap to the leader here. If he can gain about another second of time, Juan could inherit P4. At this rate, he will get P6 and P5 automatically. But we're going to see quite a lot of changes. Vicor picking up another 3 seconds.
MLG got in Quirk having a little battle as MLG gets in front of him. Quirk on that soft tire now has to keep him. I forgot the word I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, well, Quirk's tires, I don't know how worn they are because this telemetry is set to secret.
Sadis picking up the fastest lap.
Well,
Still making sure that top 10 doesn't get a point.
Yep, he just pit for a new wing and a new set of tires, so I'm not surprised there. He has got some good 1 lap pace in him. Vicor getting by Captain. Has EV up in 7th position, trying to make a move on Juan to try and gain as much ground as possible so he doesn't lose out in many positions. Atmosphere with another 3-second penalty.
4 laps to go. I really don't think we'll be seeing a safety car at all.
Yeah, at this point, it's too late for the safety car to come out. So I believe, barring any huge disasters, Uwe will be the race winner with SoCal taking P2, both of them without penalties. And if Cricket Sushi can maintain this distance and no more penalties, he will inherit P3. But we do have some action happening here in the midfield. Captain now overtaking Vicor again, as they are exchanging back and forth. With Evie still in the back of Juan, I think just trying to bide his time and not lose out any more positions.
This is not Xbox, this is PC.
Yes, we are a PC-only league for now. Who knows what the future holds, but we don't have any current plans, as far as I know, to expand to consoles. We do have a good number of series, and not only F1, but as well as ACC, that's Assetto Corsa Competizione, butchered that pronunciation, as well as Assetto Corsa, iRacing, Dirt Rally. What else am I forgetting?
The regular AC.
I said that, Assetto Corsa.
Oh. That must be that. As Captain looking on the inside here. But we'll not get them done just yet. He should definitely wait.
Starting
as well.
Starting in a few weeks here, we're going to have racing every night of the week. Yeah, Captain is trying to get a move on Vicor, but extending the track quite a bit.
So who would be your driver of the day?
That is a toughie. That is a toughie.
I mean, my vote would go to Uwe. I mean, no penalties, nothing, no incident, things, problems with him. SoCal obviously as well. I mean, I wish I could give out 2 driver to days, but since he's about to win this,
I think in terms of what each driver stood to gain and how important it was for them, I think although Juan will gain a decent number of points, he's not going to get too many over Vicor or Trash Panda. Sorry. SoCal's not going to gain too many points over others, and he will overtake Sadis for P3, but I think Uwe getting this close, taking advantage of the fact that Alex isn't here to decrease the deficit to 3 points. I'm going to have to agree with you on Uwe there. Driving a very clean race, taking advantage of the situation, staying clean, making it happen when it counts. As we come into the final lap of the race.
I got really happy to see Uwe winning the race with me commentating on it. I remember maybe 2 seasons back when he first started racing here, he was 18th, 19th, you know, he's always struggling, but Uwe is proof that with hard work and practice, you can definitely improve and win races here in ARC.
As he crosses the line to start the final lap of the race. Yeah, every driver in Tier 2 has been quite impressive in their elevation of skill. We've seen drivers, go from being the bottom of the grid every race to now podium finishers this season. It's been quite incredible to watch some of these guys just elevate their game so much.
Here we go on the final lap here. Looks like we still have battles between Evie, Juan, Captain, but again, all this is going to change once they finally cross the line with all these penalties.
Yeah, we're going to see this shuffle around quite a bit. It's going to be quite interesting to watch as Uwe comes up to the final corner to take a checkered flag as the winner of the Austrian Grand Prix for Tier 2 in Apollo Racing.
with a
And
24-second gap.
a strong 24 seconds behind him is SoCal Blazer, just now approaching the penultimate corner.
Let's see, are we going to see now? Oh, we have a freeway battle between these Juan and Evie. Taking this to the end, but it won't matter. Juan will overtake these two. It looks like Cricket won't get the podium, so Trash Panda. Good day for Red Bull here. Let's see what happens if the position changes now as Deeds crosses the line. Juan takes up 4th. Deeds falls back to 7th. Cricket into 5th. Evie with a strong 6th. Let's see what happens with Captain. He has a lot of time on him. He drops into 9th. MLG God could potentially take that. I think he might. Let's see. As he crosses the line, he will not. And to finish it off is going to be Quirk, Eric, and Astro. Sad day for Astro. Had a really good start of the race.
Oh, Quirk taking 10th position back.
Oh, he did? Wow.
And Astro having just not a good race. And he's got to be having a bad day, but everybody has bad days, and I'm sure that he will come back and hopefully put in a better performance next time. He was doing so well until that mistake. D's with a very strong finish. Vicor looking ready to fight us here, apparently. Our driver of the day will be Uwe for today, as the race winner of the Austrian Grand Prix, and his teammate Trash Panda taking P3 on the podium. Red Bull having a very strong finish today, and Ferrari losing out quite a lot of points with one of their drivers not racing today in the team championship. Wow. One VSC, no safety cars. Only one DNF, but quite a lot of action going on today.
Intense race for sure.
I'll go ahead and get some screenshots and the race director. Quite a lot of incidents I got to cover in the next 4 seconds. Oh, I didn't get through them all. Hopefully someone else has it. Oh well. As we will move on to see if anyone is available for interview or even wants to. Let's go ahead and I'm going to snatch up Uwe and see. Got a couple questions for him. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Very nicely done.
Thank you, thank you. I tried keeping it on the track so hard.
Yeah, I know
Not getting
Austria
it
is
going.
a big issue with traction for a lot of people in track extensions. You made it happen when it counted with your rival not showing up today. You've closed the gap quite a bit. So with Astro was putting in quite a fight until he kind of fell off there. So
Yeah, Astro, I think he bumped me in the beginning and then he got away from me a little bit. And then I was a little shaken up from the first couple laps, but I managed to get it back in like around lap 4.
staying clean, not getting any penalties, just taking advantage of the situation. One, is it OOA or UA?
It's UA.
UA.
So
All right.
neither. Yeah.
Ooh,
I've never asked you, and I've always been saying it so many different ways. It's UA. Got it. All
Yeah.
right. So how you feeling about next week's race?
I put in a couple laps in. It's Britain, right?
Yes, we will be at Silverstone next week.
Yeah. I'm feeling okay as long as it doesn't rain. I think Alex is better than me in the rain, so we'll see how it goes. But fingers crossed.
After that, we got a decent stretch of some good tracks. We have Silverstone, we have our break, and then Spa is always a fun track. Singapore is always quote-unquote fun track. And then we have Japan and Brazil to round out. How do you feeling about the rest of the season?
Um, yeah, the only two I'm worried about is Singapore and Japan because the Japan S's I can never get it right without spinning out. So a lot of practice before that race, but looking forward to it.
Well, very well done. We have decided to give you driver of the day today for taking advantage of the situation, keeping it
Thank you.
clean, um, making it stick, and just keeping composure the whole time. So congrats on the win and everything.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for commentating as always.
Of course.
Good night.
Well, everyone else seems to have
Dipped.
dipped out, yes. But that is our race winner for the Austrian Grand Prix for Tier 2 of ARC. Again, we have races almost every night of the week. Coming up here soon, we will have races every night of the week on all various platforms. iRacing, Dirt Rally. Dirt Rally is kind of a at-your-own-pace thing. Every once in a while, we do a rallycross night. We have ACC has GT3s on Saturday nights and GT4s on
Per se.
Thursdays. Yes. We have Assetto Corsa. We have our Formula E Championship, which is finished, but we will be starting up Season 2 in a few weeks on Fridays. We have our Road to Glory series starting this Wednesday, which is depending on which mods you get, anywhere from 15 to 19 races of starting out from go-karts and finishing up with open wheel racers from Formula One and IndyCar, and as well as our Vintage Series Racing series, which will begin Tuesday of next week. I don't remember. Soon. Very soon, of course. And of course, Formula One on Sundays and Monday evenings. So thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks Van for keeping me company as my other two usual cohorts have decided to abandon me.
My pleasure.
But look forward to the next streamed race as ACC, correct?
Yep, it will be ACC Misano Endurance in the wet.
90 minutes at Misano in the wet.
So that will be very interesting.
That does not sound like a super fun time. But it should be interesting, of course. So, good evening, good night, and we will see you when we see you.
Goodbye.